Okay, this video is a movie review. The main movie that this is about is Jesus of Nazareth. I think it's the best of the Jesus life movies. It's about 6 hours long. The things that make it great are, first of all, it was directed by Franco Zeffirelli. Franco Zeffirelli is an Italian. Italians, it's just in their blood to be Catholic, okay? And he also is pretty devoted to Christianity. He made a film about St. Francis of Assisi, and that's really for people who are heavily into Christianity. In his own way, he was sort of a messianic Christ visitor, St. Francis of Assisi, too, rebuilding the church and whatnot. Anyways, the reason why I think Jesus of Nazareth is great, I give it 10 out of 10 stars, is it's long. It's about 6 hours and 20 minutes, which I think is good. There's four main gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, okay? And if it takes about 2 hours to read a gospel. So you need about 6 hours to put everything together and to put it into context, and that's what he did. So you don't have to watch it all at once. You can watch it a couple nights in a row while you're eating dinner. But I think it's fantastic. It's very entertaining. It's very biblically accurate as much as that's possible with a movie. As a matter of fact, if you want to learn the life of Jesus real fast and the Gospels real fast, I would just watch this movie and then, read the Gospels, one of them, or listen to them read to you on the internet. Scorby's real nice, and he has the text out in front of you while it's read to you. And so you can just be doing something else while you're listening to it. Of course, you'll want to go back over and get more concentration. But anyways, it's good. I really like Zeffirelli. This guy, Robert Powell, was great as Jesus. That's him. He totally looks like, the sort of iconic picture. Jesus is the icon, the picture of the living God, the physical embodiment versus the spiritual, invisible God, if you will. Another thing, let's see. What are some other good Jesus movies? The Greatest Story Ever Told is quite good. I gave that 7 out of 10 stars. The filming is magnificent. It's just beautiful. I mean, if you want images of the life of Christ, that's the one to go to. Its images are just stunning how beautiful they are. And it's reasonably good. To make it 3 hours long, they had to cram a lot of stuff together, kind of tight. And they sort of over-dramatize parts that I think are less important. A lot of stuff about Herod and John the Baptist. And, that's relevant and okay, but this one, the Italians are just great. They got a sense of clothing. They got a sense of painting. They got a sense of sculpture, cathedral, emotions. They just got it together in Christianity. They're awesome. Okay, so anyways, The Passion of Christ. That one's by Mel Gibson. I gave that one probably about 6 out of 10 stars. Why do I say that? It was a whole 2 hours just focused on the Passion, which is basically mostly all about the crucifixion. Christ got a bad deal, okay? He was treated very unfairly. And it certainly is dramatically emotional. I mean, it's directed by Mel Gibson, starring Jim Caviezel. I didn't know I spelled his name wrong. I forgot. Okay, but anyways, it is very emotional. But the reason why I only gave it 6 out of 10 stars is it's sort of repetitive, and it really emphasizes, the beating he had, and it was sort of overly the negative stuff. Certainly, I mean, I don't think if you don't cry during that, I think you're not normal. I mean, it's really a tearjerker and sad, okay? Mother Mary's there, Mary Magdalene, etc. It's real sad, and it's real emotionally dramatic. But it's just not, I don't know, for me, Jesus of Nazareth is by far better. Okay, the next one is Life of Jesus. So here's Life of Jesus. By the way, here's Jim Caviezel. This is from The Passion of Christ. Okay, here is The Life of Jesus, a 1979 version. And this guy was good. I don't even know his name. It was good. If these other ones didn't exist, it would be this. I would like this even more. But once you got this available, this is kind of so-so. And again, it crams everything into 2 hours. So it is pretty good, just not quite what Jesus of Nazareth is, which is extraordinary. Okay, so, and I even believe, by the way, that I think there's a lot of mistranslation issues with the Bible. There's so many different versions of it that I think the most important stuff is just, basically you got your 10 commandments, you got Christ's commandments too at the Last Supper, love each other, treat others as you would like to be treated. All that stuff just makes the world a better place. And aesthetically, when you study Christianity, you keep on seeing more of these good things. Learn to forgive people, be nice. He had the woman caught in adultery. He says, don't stone her to death. They were brutal in the old days. They still are brutal in a lot of things nowadays. He says to her, though, he doesn't say go and commit adultery anymore. He just says go and sin no more. So it's good. And I think aesthetic Christianity is a good thing. It's beautiful. It's enjoyable. I love it. So anyways, hope you enjoy that. Hope that was helpful.